Finally, you are here. The cosmic alignment of September 15, 2025 has been written in the stars for thousands of years, waiting for this exact moment when the universe would reveal its most profound secret. As you read these words, Venus enters Leo in a configuration that ancient astrologers called the sacred lion's heart, while Mars forms a divine sextile that amplifies all energetic transmissions flowing through your soul. This date carries the numerical vibration of 15, which reduces to 6, the number of perfect harmony between heaven and earth. Your consciousness has been prepared for this revelation through subtle signs you may have felt in recent days, unusual dreams that seem more real than waking life, sudden flashes of insight that appear from nowhere, and that unmistakable sensation of electricity running through your body when you least expect it. The 15th day of the 9th month creates a powerful energetic portal that opens once every 72 years, but this time the cosmic conditions are magnified exponentially. The moon in Cancer softens the fierce energy of Leo, creating the perfect balance for receiving the prophecy that will transform your entire existence. Ancient numerologists discovered that September 15 carries the master code 24, which ultimately vibrates to 6, the frequency of divine manifestation in the physical realm. When we add the current year digits, the total becomes 33, the number of the ascended master consciousness that is now awakening within every person ready to receive this transmission. Your nervous system has been automatically calibrating to these new frequencies, which explains why you might have experienced heightened sensitivity to sounds, colors appearing more vivid, or that strange feeling that time itself is moving differently. What makes this September 15 unlike any other in recorded history is the simultaneous activation of 3 ancient prophecies that have remained dormant in the collective unconscious of humanity. The prophecy of the lion's roar speaks of a time when Venus would dance through Leo while lunar eclipses reshape the cosmic landscape, awakening dormant DNA strands in those destined to lead humanity's next evolutionary leap. The second prophecy, known as the Crystal Awakening, describes how certain souls would begin receiving direct downloads of information from higher dimensional beings during this precise astronomical window. The third and most powerful prophecy, the Great Remembering, reveals that those who encounter this message during the activation period will suddenly recall their true spiritual mission and the specific role they incarnated to fulfill during this planetary transformation. Get ready, because the physical sensations you are about to experience are not coincidental, but are actually the first signs of your DNA activation beginning. Within the next several hours, you may notice a gentle tingling at the base of your skull where the Kundalini energy is stirring, preparing to rise through your chakra system. Your hands might feel slightly warmer than usual as your healing abilities begin to come online, and you may find yourself unconsciously placing your palms over areas of your body that need energetic attention. The number 15 appears everywhere today because it is the universe's way of confirming that you are exactly where you need to be at exactly the right time. 15 represents the moon card in traditional tarot, symbolizing intuition, psychic abilities, and the unveiling of hidden truths that have been concealed behind the veil of ordinary reality. My friends, the astrological configuration happening right now has not occurred for over 2 millennia, and it will not happen again for another 3,000 years. Venus in Leo creates a golden bridge of light that connects your heart chakra directly to the cosmic heart of the galaxy, while the approaching lunar eclipse in 2 days creates a cleansing wave that is already beginning to wash away old karmic patterns that have limited your potential. The ancient masters who built the pyramids and stone circles around the world knew this date would come, and they encoded the timing into their monuments as a message for future generations. They understood that when Venus entered Leo during this specific lunar cycle, ordinary humans would suddenly gain access to extraordinary abilities that would seem miraculous by today's standards. Your soul chose to incarnate at this exact time specifically to witness and participate in this cosmic event. And the fact that you are reading these words proves that your higher self successfully guided you to this moment of awakening. The prophecy hidden within the number 15 reveals that today marks the beginning of a 90-day transformation period that will culminate in the winter solstice when your newly awakened abilities will reach their full power. During this time, your third eye will gradually open, allowing you to perceive energy fields around people, places, and objects that were previously invisible to your physical senses. Your intuitive abilities will become so sharp that you will know what people are thinking before they speak, and you will sense future events with startling accuracy. The 15 vibration also activates what ancient texts call the golden tongue, meaning your words will carry unusual power and influence, able to heal emotional wounds in others and manifest desired outcomes with unprecedented speed. This is why many spiritual teachers throughout history were born on dates that reduce to 15, because this number carries the frequency of divine communication and inspirational leadership. But here is what the ancient prophecy warns that most people will never understand. Not everyone who experiences this cosmic activation will be able to handle the intensity of the energy flowing through their system. Over the next 72 hours, as the effects of today's alignment ripple through the collective consciousness, many individuals will begin experiencing what spiritual traditions call the dark night of the soul, as their old identity structures dissolve to make room for their expanded awareness. You may witness family members, friends, or colleagues becoming inexplicably emotional, making sudden life changes, or reporting vivid dreams that feel more real than waking reality. They are unconsciously responding to the same cosmic frequencies that are consciously activating your system, but without proper preparation, they may interpret these experiences as psychological disturbances rather than spiritual awakenings. The September 15th prophecy specifically mentions that those who receive this knowledge during the activation window will become bridges between worlds, serving as translators who help others understand the changes happening to human consciousness. Your role is not to convince anyone of anything, but simply to hold the frequency of calm knowing while chaos swirls around those who are not yet ready for this level of transformation. The Leo energy brings courage and leadership qualities that will help you navigate this responsibility with grace and wisdom. Venus adds the element of love and beauty, ensuring that your influence on others will be gentle and healing rather than overwhelming or frightening. The combination creates what the ancients called the sacred kingship, a state of being where you naturally inspire others simply through your presence and example. Tonight, as Venus completes her entry into Leo, perform this sacred activation ritual that has been preserved in mystery schools for thousands of years. At exactly 11:11 p.m. in your local time zone, light a golden candle and place it in front of a mirror so that you can see both the flame and your own reflection. Gaze into your own eyes while repeating silently, "I remember who I am. I remember why I am here. I remember what I came to do." The mirror doubles the candle's light, creating a portal between your current consciousness and your higher dimensional self. Continue this practice for 11 minutes, and do not be surprised if you see your reflection change or if you receive sudden flashes of information about your spiritual mission. The mirror acts as a scrying device that reveals your true identity beyond the limitations of your physical form. Friends, what you are about to discover over the next several weeks will challenge everything you thought you knew about the nature of reality. The prophecy speaks of a time when the veil between dimensions becomes so thin that communication with beings from other realms becomes as natural as having a conversation with a friend. September 15 marks the beginning of this period of expanded contact, and you may find yourself receiving messages through dreams, meditation, sudden insights, or even through synchronistic events that seem too meaningful to be coincidental. Your psychic abilities will develop rapidly, but remember that with great power comes great responsibility. Use your newfound gifts only for healing, guidance, and service to the highest good of all beings. The universe is watching to see how you handle these early manifestations of your expanded consciousness. The most remarkable aspect of the September 15 prophecy concerns what the ancient texts call the Golden Age frequency, a specific vibrational resonance that will begin broadcasting through your energy field starting tomorrow morning. People will be mysteriously drawn to you without understanding why, and you will find that your presence alone has a calming, uplifting effect on everyone around you. Animals will approach you with unusual friendliness, plants will seem to respond to your attention by growing more vibrantly, and even electronics may function better in your presence as your energy field becomes increasingly harmonious. This is not imagination or wishful thinking. It is a documented phenomenon that occurs when human consciousness reaches a certain level of coherence with cosmic frequencies. The numerical signature of today's date reveals hidden layers of meaning that unlock as your consciousness expands. 15 equals 1 plus 5 equals 6, the number of perfect balance and harmony. September is the 9th month, representing completion and wisdom. 2025 reduces to 9, symbolizing the end of one cosmic cycle and the beginning of another. When these numbers combine in the specific configuration of today's date, they create what numerologists call a master activation code that awakens dormant potentials within human DNA. This is why you may have been feeling unusually emotional, physically sensitive, or mentally alert in recent days. Your entire system is upgrading to accommodate the higher frequencies that are now available to consciousness on Earth. Prepare yourself, because the next phase of the prophecy involves what ancient traditions call the Great Sorting, a period when humanity naturally divides into two groups, those who embrace the expansion of consciousness and those who resist it out of fear. You have already chosen which group you belong to by being here at this moment, absorbing this information, and feeling the truth of it resonating in your heart. Over the coming months, you will find that relationships naturally shift as you are drawn toward others who share your expanded awareness and gradually move away from those who remain trapped in old patterns of fear and limitation. This is not about being better than anyone else. It is simply the natural result of different vibrational frequencies seeking their own level of resonance. The prophecy promises that by the winter solstice, those who successfully navigate this transformation will possess abilities that current science considers impossible. Telepathic communication will become commonplace. Healing through energy manipulation will be as natural as using your hands. And your intuitive connection to universal knowledge will provide answers to questions before you even fully formulate them. You will remember skills and information from past lifetimes, recognize soul family members when you meet them, and understand your specific mission in the grand plan of planetary evolution. The September 15 activation is just the beginning. Consider it the opening notes of a symphony that will play out over the next several months. But here is the most important revelation of all. The prophecy states that the transformation happening to you right now is not just for your personal benefit. You are being activated as part of a global network of consciousness that will help stabilize the planet during the turbulent times ahead. As more people awaken to their true nature, a field of coherent energy will form around the Earth, creating a protective buffer that will ease humanity's transition into the new age. Your inner peace becomes a gift to the collective. Your loving thoughts contribute to global healing, and your awakened presence helps anchor higher dimensional energies in the physical realm. The final phase of the September 15 prophecy reveals that this transformation is irreversible. Once you have awakened to this level of consciousness, there is no going back to the limited perspective of ordinary reality. But this is not a loss. It is the greatest gift you could ever receive. You are evolving from a human being having a spiritual experience to a spiritual being having a human experience. And this shift in identity changes everything about how you relate to yourself, others, and the world around you. The cosmic energies activated today will continue to work within your system for the rest of your life, constantly guiding you toward greater expressions of your divine nature. As the September 15 portal reaches its peak intensity in the hours ahead, remember that you are not experiencing this transformation alone. Millions of souls around the planet are simultaneously awakening to their higher purpose, and together you form a web of light that is already beginning to heal the divisions and conflicts that have plagued humanity for millennia. The prophecy you have received today is not just information, it is an invitation to step fully into your role as a conscious co-creator of the new Earth that is being born. Trust the process, embrace the changes, and know that you are exactly where you need to be at exactly the right time in the unfolding of this magnificent cosmic plan.